to Ask the Bookkeeper for one day only. And we're here at the ICB Summit 2024 for another podcast Pitstop. And this time we have a very special guest with us. Now, this one has been touted as, you know, someone we're going to get a lot of insight and knowledge into. So tell the world who you are, why you're here, and what you want to talk about today.
Hi, I'm Keith Elliott. I'm here basically as a bookkeeper trying to find out more information about all these lovely products that we see and all the information that the ICB is willing to share with us and all these lovely speakers. I am a bookkeeper in industry. I work for an accountant. I am also the Aberdeenshire branch chair of the ICB. So I put out a lot of information for people in the industry as well. So yes, that's me.
And being part of the branch then, or you know, helping run the branch. So what is it you're trying to achieve? Talk to people, because I think a lot of people, we take the branches we just take it for granted, right? Like it's almost an expectation they're there. But what does it mean to be involved, and what are you trying to achieve out of it?
What am I trying to achieve? I mean, that's a wide and varied question.
That's what we're here as the bookkeeper.
we are trying to achieve gaining knowledge. Everyone is, because that is what is needed, especially in this day and age with, again, the variety of softwares, a variety of things happening, MTD, ITSA happening. We all are a bit confused by all of these things. But also we're trying to create a network of bookkeepers that are willing to share their experiences and their knowledge with each other. Basically, that's what I look for.
And I think, especially at ICB level, now I'm involved in ICW and I'm involved in the branch there and everything else. But if I'm being completely honest with me, from an ICW, I don't really gain that much out of it. It's almost like a tick box up there. But I think two things ICB, community, network, that's their bread and butter, right?
Yeah,
that's what
fantastic.
You cut an ICB member, they bleed ICB, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's how it is. But also, I feel like that regional aspect is so much more important to bookkeepers, because there's so much of trying to figure out like what's going on and the tendencies and the things. Is that how you see it as well? Is the branches that much more important, do you think?
Well, yeah, I do think that. And obviously we see it, being Aberdeenshire branch, we see it a bit more because there's such a wide variation between tax, as an example, in Scotland than there is in England.
100%, yeah.
So we have a lot more information to pass to each other, I feel, because unfortunately, a certain government up north has made it a bit more difficult, not to name any names. But so, yeah, no, I think the branches are an absolutely fantastic bit that everyone hopefully gains knowledge. Though our branch, we go from as far north as Inverness. We have a couple that join occasionally further north, but then we have a member that joins from Kent every time. So, you know, we accept everyone.
It's close, I suppose.
Some of the tax information isn't really what she needs, but yes, it works.
I love that. But it is a community though, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fantastic community. And I would highly encourage anybody who is seeing this to join. Even if you're not an ICB member, to join in with our community. We accept everyone and anyone. That's just who we are. We like people.
I love that. And I love the fact that you guys are still really pushing that branch. And you even give awards out for the branches, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe the ICW and ACCA do, but I didn't know about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, no idea. But ICB know that branches are so integral and so important. Celebrate them.
Yeah, no, that should be it. It's how a lot of the information gets out. I mean, how do people in the ACCA, ICPAW get their CPD points, their CPD information? The branches are what give us that. And I try to create 10 meetings a year, generally. Yeah. Hopefully, touch wood. You know, that's something I try to do. And every couple, I try to get a speaker in that'll help with people's knowledge. But it's not just getting the speakers. As I say, the community is so fantastic that every second meeting, say, is just a general chit chat between us, and we ask questions of each other. Yeah. How do you do this? How do you do that? You know, and it just works. It's fantastic.
Love that. Love it. Okay. So what's been your first impression? How many ICB summits have you done so far?
This is my 4th summit.
4th. So what's been your first impression so far of this one? Has it changed much? Give me some vibes about what people missing out on. Let's go for that.
What are people missing out on? I mean, I think just generally people miss out on the networking and being able to challenge the brands face to face. Yeah. That is the biggest thing I love about this, is challenging the brands. Going with your burning questions to see their faces crumble when when you ask that really difficult question that they don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I think you're just missing out in general. I think it's just a fantastic event, and everyone should attend if they can.
I love that. I love that. What I love about this event in particular is we always talk about there's three parts to an event like this. There's the talks and the speeches, and they're amazing. And we're blessed in our industry with so many good talks and people who can put the conversation on there on stage. We've got an amazing amount of vendors as well. Like they come and go, and we've got some really new ones coming along. I'm loving the conversations, but I think what ICB bring more than anything is that third aspect, the networking, right?
Oh yeah, and fantastic stuff.
You guys just know how to network.
Yeah, there was drinks last night, so you met everyone there, had your informal chit chat. Now, because you're in this, it's down to business a bit
work
more.
Mode.
Yeah, it's work mode now. So, and then obviously the Lucas tonight again, a bit more fun, a bit more. But then that'll be again things like me being the branch chair, heckling the other branch chairs to see who wins and things like that. So it becomes more fun again, but again, still the business. So it's fantastic.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. What you're most looking forward to? Is it the fact that you're looking forward to the fact that Luca Awards are next, or is there any talk or anything you're looking forward to?
I mean,
what's your agenda for the rest of the day?
My agenda for the rest of the day is basically listen to a couple of talks. There's one I'm looking forward to, which would be the update from Paul Applin. He's a very good speaker, and if you get a chance on the virtual, watch it. Fantastic. He gives you so much information. But yeah, the Lucas are just great fun. Everyone enjoys them. And it's seeing everyone with their hair down or hair up, I suppose, depending how they're dressed.
Yeah. There's quite a strict dress code.
Yes.
So. An event like this, there is so much going on. There's talks happening all over the place. There's the Luca Awards. There's the networking side of things. There's all the different vendors. There's so much going on. And like thinking about your branch and who's a part of your branch. How do you encourage maybe someone who's never been to an event like this, or maybe your branch members come in for the first time, something like that? How do you encourage them to take action? Because at the end of the day, we're investing our time, we're giving a day of our business to come here. We want to make this worthwhile. I love, having a few drinks. I love having the meals and all that sort of stuff, but we have to be accountable for ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So what's your top tips for coming to an event like this and really making the most of it?
The top tips is, unfortunately, the usual one of come prepared.
Yeah.
Know who you want to speak to most.
Yeah.
Know what talks you want to listen to, and go and do that.
Yeah.
Everything after that is gravy. Everything after that you just do. You can talk to whoever you want after that. The information you garner is just absolutely fantastic. I mean, as you said earlier, there's new brands in here that we've not seen before. So you get to talk to these before you have to do it over a phone or over a video call. So doing it face to face is just fantastic. So I would just say, come prepared. That is my biggest tip for any event like this.
Love that. Yeah. Was it prepare to fail to prepare?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I couldn't think of that one, unfortunately.
Anyway.
Well, it'll do. It works for our purpose.
It's fine. Okay. So for this brief interaction we've had, I can tell you're very passionate about this industry. But what's your favorite bit about this industry? What gives you that fuzzy feelings inside?
It's the third industry I've been part of.
Oh,
so
interesting.
I've got an architecture degree.
Yeah.
I then fell into oil and gas,
yeah,
as everyone in Aberdeen seems to at some point or other. And then I fell into bookkeeping and accounts. So the architecture and the accounts I see as sort of the same goal.
Yeah.
And my goal is to own my own practice and carry on.
Yeah.
So that's just a step to the side. But the thing that keeps me going is actually, as much as people think we do the same thing every day, we really don't.
No.
There is always something different. Clients, I love clients. I also hate them because, they're clients.
Yeah.
But there's no such thing as a stupid question.
No.
And I love questions, especially ones I don't know, because then I have to go research it and it gives me more information.
Yeah.
So, I don't see how any industry could be any better, unfortunately. So
I love it. So if that's what you love about this industry, what do you hate or what don't you like so much? What keeps you in bed at night and stops you from sleeping?
Clients. Sorry, no. There's obviously a bit of clients keep your head up at night because, again, there's no such thing as a stupid question, but they do ask them.
Yeah.
And
100%.
We then have to go figure it out. So that's what keeps us churning along. But what do I not like about the industry?
What would you like changed?
What would I like changed? Well, actually, it's something I'm working on just now. I'm trying to write something for my clients, sort of a 10,000 word brief on what a bookkeeper does.
Awesome.
Because they don't actually understand what a bookkeeper does.
100%. Yeah.
So I'm trying to do a basic thing to just give them an idea of what double entry is, what these sort of things.
Yeah.
We speak this language, and as I say to them, they didn't go into business to be a bookkeeper. They do not know this language. So anything I can do to help them would be beneficial. So the thing I hate, obviously, is unfortunately, their lack of knowledge.
Yeah. Well, I love the fact that, and that's the sort of thing you can make change on. Right?
Yeah, basically.
There's a lot, we're human beings, right? And we spend a lot of times moaning.
That's a given.
Yeah. But a lot of the time we're moaning about stuff that sometimes it's out of our control, we can't do anything about. And the fact that you found something that you know what? I can actually make a positive change about that.
Yeah.
And there's an end goal inside. I can be involved in it. I can sort that out. Fair play. Like, that's it, right? Solve that problem, you find your next thing.
Yeah, well, that's it. What's the next problem? And that's when it starts to get scary. But as was said earlier in one of the talks we had today, it's not about thinking what the problem is in the future. It's what's the solution for the problem before it arises. So it's trying to think that far ahead. And unfortunately, right now, as everyone knows, with January coming, my head can't get past January.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Seasonality,
isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so think back to last year. Were you here for ICB last year?
I was here last year, yes.
So ICB 2023, think back to it.
I'm not sure I remember much of that.
If you think back from then till now, what piece of technology, app, software, is there something out there that has changed the game for you that you just wish you could go back and implement back in last year? And what we're trying to find here is, especially for the people listening, is something they could take home to improve their practice, improve what they're doing. What is there anything you can think of? You go, this has changed the game for me. This has changed the way that I'm doing and helping clients.
There's quite a basic thing actually, and everyone's heard people like Chris Downing speak about it. It's AI.
Yeah.
And what we've done with that is we've not used it to write emails and things like that, like a lot of people do. What we do is we try to get the AI to summarize things like the budget.
Yeah, exactly.
And we get it to summarize it in a way that makes sense to our clients.
Yeah. And
then we send it out to them.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've checked it. We make sure the facts are correct, but we put it out. And if that was here a year ago, I'd be a year further on in learning how to use it. Only problem with it is asking it the question in the correct way. And that is the most difficult thing I can think for it.
But we've not really been taught how to work with it yet, have we?
No, we haven't. No. So if you can figure out to say things like, can you explain the budget from 2024 in a simple business-like manner, that will get you a good result. But then you need to go, well, okay, I like that, but can you edit it to make it more client-friendly?
Yeah.
So you might have to ask it 3 or 4 times, but it's a fantastic.
And you've already saved numerous hours.
Well, pretty much. And then
asking 3 or 4 times is not actually that big a deal, right?
Yeah, well, considering it takes a minute for it to process what you wanted, it would take me a minute to even write the first sentence, let alone.
Exactly. So you've stolen my next question, but it's fine.
Sorry.
We have to ask this question going forward. So we look backwards 2023. Let's look forward to 2025. And there's this little word you may definitely know of called AI, artificial intelligence. Now, realistically, what do you think? And it may have to be further, that's fine. But what do you think? You've obviously embraced it. But what about day to day? Like, how are you seeing it going forward? Do you think it's going to be a game changer? Do you think it's a bit of a fad? Do you think we should be worried of it? What's your overall feeling? Well, talk about it.
I think AI is a bit of everything.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a fad because people are using it in ways that don't benefit them. They actually makes so many mistakes at the moment.
100%.
And it doesn't matter where you look. It's making mistakes because it's looking at the wrong websites. So that's the start off point. So it is a fad in that case. But I think it's a game changer and will be a very big game changer in the future if we know how to use it.
Yeah,
it's that big if. We don't want to lose it, but we don't want it to take over. We need to use it in a way that works beneficially for all our clients and us.
Yeah.
And you can see that with some of the softwares that are coming out.
Definitely.
So,
And I think we've got to learn the strengths and weaknesses, right? Like you've already alluded to, you have to ask the right questions and everything else. But also, one of the trends, QuickBooks released the Sole Trader app, which auto-categorizes everything for you. So scary as accountants, right?
Yeah.
We are like that. The idea of that scares us.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
But that's the scary. But the positive is, at least it's going to auto-categorize everything consistently. So maybe it's got so-and-so wrong.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to fix something if they're all gone to the same place.
The way I can see that working is if you can change one and it can see that change,
And
and it all changes the
and
rest.
those going forward.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
onto a winner, right?
That's an absolute win. And you see that in bank feeds all over the industry, where it's picking up what you've done 6 months ago and going,
Exactly.
that's part of the same thing. But there is always that fear, and every accountant, every bookkeeper has it done it right?
But that's our role still, right?
Yeah.
That's why we're not going to be replaced.
No, I don't think we're ever going to be replaced. There's always going to be a place for bookkeepers and accountants.
Exactly.
Because there's knowledge that AI can't produce on demand or on the spot for these instances.
Yeah.
And there's also that, like, you buy a cup of coffee at Costa, it puts it through as entertaining, but it could be subsistence.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
simple things like
Yeah,
that. You know,
100%. But what I'm excited for is they're talking about the idea that as a practice, we could influence how our AI model is going to react. Because all practices are going to treat things differently, or they'll be with different industries, or they'll be with different niches. And like, that's where we add our little secret sauce, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All the hairdressers in the world, if they go to bookkeeper A, B, or C, they're going to be looked after really well because they've trained the AI model to work with.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
that's where I see the future being for us, right?
Yeah. Use an old phrase, I paraphrase it a little bit, is the future is bookkeeping, rather than the future is orange, if you didn't know that one. Don't know how old some of the people are watching this. I mean, it's an old one.
I know it, but yeah. Is that good or bad to admit?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one. But yeah, to paraphrase that one, we'll use the future is bookkeeping. And it doesn't matter how it goes, you will always be relevant. And as you say, we just need to work with it and then see how it works for us. That's the key phrase, I think, for AI, is get it working for us rather than against us.
I love that. So we've got the Luca Awards tonight. We've got ICB tonight. Like, what are you looking forward to? I know I've kind of asked you before, but what is it next for you in today's thing?
The next thing is lunch, but we'll skip past lunch, I suppose.
I was treated to a half an hour preview event. Amazing.
I think the next thing for me is a couple of talks, and then chill out, come to the Lucas, and fingers crossed, Aberdeenshire branch gets the Luca Award for the branch of the year. But you know, I'm not counting my chickens as much as I would like to. But yeah, I think it's just good fun, and we just need to have fun.
Celebrate the success.
Yeah, that's it. Doesn't matter who wins, it's all success in our book.
The industry's moving forward. Amazing. Yeah. Right, well, here's a camera over there for you. Please plug away. Where to find you, socials. The floor is yours. Go for it.
Okay, yeah, as I said earlier, Keith Elliott. I am a bookkeeper with Stephen Milne Accountants up in Aberdeen. If you find us on Facebook, we have LinkedIn, the usual. You'll also find me basically every month, as I've said many times in this podcast already, in the Aberdeen branch, trying my best to pass valuable information on to everyone. And in a week's time, a week today, we have our next branch meeting at 2 p.m. and it's mental health that we're doing. We've got a mental health professional coming to give us tips and tricks on working as an individual or a small team in the industry. And I would love as many people to come to that as we can, because, well, we all saw what happened in COVID and how people struggled with that. So we need this. So yeah,
it's almost been forgotten, right? So,
yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
well played. Yeah, I know, because I remember how tough it was, right?
Yeah.
I know how tough. That was the one time where I went back to my branch at that point to, find a bit of a support network.
Yeah.
So yeah, well done. Loving that going forward. So that's it. So thank you so much for this.
Thank you for having me.
Brilliant. It's been a pit stop. So we get in, we get quick, go out. But if you want more entertainment like this one, you're already in the right place. We've got so many more pit stops to go from today, from this very event. So if you want to know more about Ask the Bookkeepers, you're already here. We've got so many more to come. Like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. And don't forget, we have cool friends. We'll be starting soon as well. So we will see you in the next one. Thank you very much, Keith. Bye for now.
Thank you.